I guess from, the conversation we've had, the things that you've told me, there are, I guess, some things that I'm quite concerned about in terms of, you know, the behaviours that your partner is displaying towards you. The kind of the shouting and the physical abuse that's occurring during the arguments.
Yeah.
And the other thing too that you might not have realised from what you're describing, that control of the finances that he has, that feeling like you don't have enough money, that you need to account for every dollar that you spend. We would call that financial abuse. And just that sort of jealousy, the tracking where you're going, checking your phone, all those sorts of behaviours. I don't know if you've heard of the term coercive control, but they're kind of behaviours that we would classify under something like coercive control. And then I guess too, that making you feel guilty just about the not doing enough at home, the housework, not being on top of it, that feeling like it's your fault. That's a form of emotional abuse. Now that can be very hard to hear, potentially if it's the first time that you've thought about it. How does that sit with you? You've said you feel safe to go home, you feel safe at home, all of that is fantastic. We do have this amazing local service now, and I know it may feel, overwhelming with everything that we've discussed today, but we have what we call a local link, linked in with our domestic family violence service. Now you might be thinking, oh, I don't need to be referred to a domestic violence service.
I feel like that's quite extreme, and I'm just worried that I haven't explained things well.
I think you've explained things very well. And I think it's very easy to minimise, what's happening at home. And you want to protect your partner. You love your partner. But at the same token, I want to make sure that you feel good within yourself. And, this is about your long-term health as well. Tammy, our local link, can just provide additional support if you want it. So she's very much, if you want access in the future to some legal advice or financial advice or, some additional counselling, she can direct you to the right services. If things change in the future and you decide maybe you do want to leave, she can direct you to some people that might be able to help support that. And she can just talk a little bit more about, I guess, safety and, if you think in the future about leaving, what that plan to leave might look like for you. Is that something that you're interested in me referring you to today, or would you like to have a think about it?
I think it's been really helpful. And do you think I should talk to someone, or?
It's very much up to you. I guess I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel in control of what you would like to do. What might be a good option is, how about we organise an appointment for you to come back and see me in a fortnight? I can give you some exercises in the meantime for your neck.
Yeah.
And so you've got that. And also, for your partner, you've got a reason for coming back to see me in a fortnight. I want to check up on you again to make sure your neck is improving.
Yeah.
With those exercises. And we can talk a little bit more about this. And if you like, we could even call Tammy, or we could organise for her to come in and just meet with you, just so you've actually put a face to a name. It's about creating that additional support for you outside of the house, your home. All of this has been really heavy and not what you expected to come in and be talking about today.
No.
So, how are you feeling having talked about this?
It's actually good to talk about it. I haven't sort of talked to anyone about all the things that have been going on. So it sort of feels like a bit of a relief.
Yeah. Yep. I'm really glad to hear that. And I really appreciate you telling me. It's hard. It's really hard to talk about. It's hard feeling, realizing that this is happening, I think, is really hard. So I really appreciate it. And if I can say anything, I guess, now that we're sort of finishing up the consult, is that none of this is your fault. And everyone deserves to feel respected, loved, an equal partner in a relationship.
Yeah.
And, I want to support you going forward. I want to feel like you have that control now about what you want to do. So what we'll do is I'll get you back in 2 weeks. We'll have that long appointment. I'll make sure that we book that in. And in the meantime, if you can do those exercises for your neck for me.
Okay.
And I can have another look at that too. Like I said, if you need to talk to someone sooner, you can always ring the front desk and they'll try and book you in a bit earlier than the 2 weeks. But if, after hours, there's always 1-800-RESPECT. You can always give them a call if you need to talk to somebody urgently. During the day, you can give the numbers a call for our local link. They're very happy to take self-referrals, and you can always have a chat to them as well. And then I guess just having a think about if there's a friend or a family member that you might want to start talking about this with.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but I guess it's nice to have those additional supports outside of the home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, thank you for talking to me about all of this.
Yeah. And I really appreciate you telling me. Okay. All right, well, I'll see you in a fortnight then.
Thank you.
Oh,
See you then.